If you're working on your mix and the sounds are just weak, it's probably phase. Today, we're going to cover the main two ways that you can use phase for a fatter and punchier mix. The first way is phase polarity, which is where you flip the phase 180 degrees. And you've probably seen a phase flip button on your DAW. It looks like this. And the second way is phase alignment, which is trying to get two waveforms to go up and down at the same time. So sometimes we'll have one waveform going up whilst the other one goes down, and we need to flip that so that they're going up and down together. And then sometimes we'll have one going up and one going up slightly later. So they're going up and down together, just not at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So you want to marry them up. So I've got a live drum kit recording here, and you can see this is the snare top and the snare bottom, or the snare side mic. And you can see how one waveform goes up and the other one goes down. If I flip the phase on one of these, you're going to see that they're both going to go up and down at the same time, right? So let's do that here. And just got this plugin, gain plugin with a phase invert, and then apply that processing to that track. And there you go. Now you can see both waveforms are going up and down at the same time. So let's listen to before I flip the phase and after I flip the phase so you can hear the difference. Let's A/B it, right? So after, before, after, so I want you to listen to the low end. Listen to the actual oomph, the weight, the fundamental of the snare. Listen again. So this is before. And after. You can hear there's way more low end, there's way more fatness. That is flipping the phase and getting the waveforms going the same way for punch. So next we have phase alignment. If we look at this kick drum, the waveforms are going up and down together. That's really, really good. But if we zoom in quite closely, we'll see that there's actually a timing difference. And one starts later than the other. And that's because the kick out mic is actually further away than the kick drum. So the sound takes longer to get there, right? But what we want is for these two waveforms to go up and down at exactly the same time for as much punch as possible. So let's mark the start of that kick with the playhead and then just drag that in. And now we're locked in. So now we're going to listen before and after again. So this is after, before, this one's really subtle because on this recording they're quite close anyway. But essentially what I can hear, it's more around like 80 hertz. There's a good thump. And those lining up, it just feels really locked in and really, really tight and punchy. Whereas before, it's still pretty good. And there's more focus on like the sub, but it's not pushing the speaker as hard, right? So this is after, I believe. And before. So after. Before. So super subtle, but these are the two main concepts. Simple terms, a speaker pushes and pulls. And if you've got certain things telling it to push and other things telling it to pull at the same time, it doesn't really know what it's doing. Whereas if you get everything telling it to push at once and pull at once, it can really, really start to move air. And that's going to be really fat and really punchy. I'm doing an in-depth drum phase video soon, so make sure you like and subscribe to get that. Also, if you want some free mix feedback, book a call on my website. I love hearing new music. All good.